Prince William and Kate, the Duchess of Cambridge, hosted the couple at their Sandringham home over Christmas in 2017. Meghan Markle's invite to share the holidays with the royal family has been described as a rare honor, as she was not yet married to Prince Harry, although they were engaged. Kate also invited Meghan to Wimbledon 2 years in a row, as the Duchesses are avid tennis fans. Editor-at-large of the Daily Mail added, "Harry and Meghan's absence is a big one. And in many ways, Kate and William have filled that void. We've barely noticed. We've had these little homilies sent down the ether from Los Angeles or California from the Sussexes, where they tell us how we should be living our lives while sitting in a multimillionaire mansion." The couple were branded as hypocrites after their trip to New York, where they flew using a private jet. Queen Health latest, Prince Charles gives fans touching update while out in Brixton. Queen TM's furious response to Charles' trademark Camilla plea, "I want nothing to do with her." Princess Diana was too scared to ask for seconds in front of the Queen, says former chef. The pair often publicly discuss the impact of climate change and carbon emissions. Harry and William's relationship reportedly came to a low point when Harry and Meghan announced that they were stepping down as senior royals. It was thought that Harry did not previously discuss this with his brother or the Queen, and there were claims they were blindsided. Jason Knauf, the Duchess of Sussex TM's ex-head of communications, said in a statement that she did cooperate with the authors of megxit book Finding Freedom. This would fly in the face of the numerous denials by the Sussex camp, who insist that the novel was unauthorized. Yesterday the Court of Appeal heard that the 40-year-old TMS account was materially false and raises questions about her credibility. Mr. Knauf was Prince Harry TM's communications secretary for 4 years and then Meghan TMS following their marriage. It has since emerged that he reported bullying allegations against Meghan by palace staff. Meghan has always strenuously denied the claims and said they were part of a smear campaign against her. Lawyers for the Mail on Sunday are hoping to use his statement to overturn an early ruling by the High Court, which decided that publishing letters the Duchess sent to her father breached her privacy. Further evidence was submitted to the hearing claimed that Thomas Markle, 77, sent Meghan several affectionate texts after he could not make the couple TM's wedding in May 2018 due to a heart attack. These contradict a picture painted by a People magazine article in February 2019 that her father was uncaring, it was claimed. It was based on the comments of 5 of Meghan TM's friends, who she says spoke to the magazine without her knowledge. The letters she sent to her father were published to show that some of the claims in the article were wrong, the paper claims. Andrew Caldecott QC, for the newspaper, also told the hearing that the letter was crafted specifically with possibility of public consumption in mind. And he claimed Mr. Knauf TM's statement will directly contradict her claims she never cooperated with Finding Freedom authors Omid Scobie and Carolyn Durand. Mr. Caldecott told the court, at about the same time the People article appeared, it is actually slightly earlier the claimant cooperated with the authors of the book, later entitled Finding Freedom, through her communications secretary Mr. Knauf in autumn and winter 2018. The claimant expressly denied any such cooperation in her pleaded case, with one minor exception. That is now contradicted evidence of Mr. Knauf. Mr. Caldecott said, "The first point we make is this: we read the judgment as implicitly accepting the letter was crafted as an intimate communication for her father TM's eyes only. That is how the claimant TM's case was put before the judge, both in writing and orally. That fundamental point turns out to be false on new evidence." He added, "The claimant TM's pleaded case can be seen to be materially false in important respect by reference to contemporaneous documents." And he said this raises questions about her credibility. Meghan is opposing Mr. Knauf TM's statement being introduced and is opposing the appeal. In a statement to the New York Times, the Duchess said, "It TM's an arduous process. At a certain point, no matter how difficult it is, you know the difference between right and wrong. You must stand up for what TM's right and that TM's what I TM am doing. Mr. Knauf was Harry TM's Communications Secretary for 4 years from February 2015, and Meghan TMS following the pair TMS marriage. Prince Albert II, 63, has raised hopes his family will be reunited in Monaco sooner than expected. The Monégasque sovereign opened up on the recovery from an ENT infection of Princess Charlene, 43, and the surgeries she has undertaken. He told People magazine, "She's ready to come home." The return date, he noted, will very much depend on what her doctors say. However, Princess Charlene's health has been improving following her last surgery in August, which cautiously leads to thinking the royal may be able to get on a plane within weeks. Prince Albert said, "I know she said possibly late October, but that was before this most recent round of appointments. I'm pretty sure we can cut that time frame a little short." South Africa-born Princess Charlene said at the end of July, prior to her last operation, she anticipated it would take her months of healing before being able to get on a plane. Speaking to South Africa Radio 702's host Mandy Wiener, the princess said to be in a waiting game involving her health and her return to Monaco. She said, "I cannot force healing, so I will be grounded in South Africa until the end of October." Prince Albert indicated Charlene is in high spirits and joked with him about returning to Monaco at all costs. He said in his recent interview, "She's ready. She's jokingly said that she's ready to stow away on a ship to come back to Europe." Prince Albert, who traveled to South Africa last month with his twin children Jacques and Gabriella, 6, to visit Charlene, also said the princess was delighted to see us and spend time with the kids. Princess Charlene couldn't hide her happiness on August 25 when she shared pictures of her family once again together. The royal published several snaps on her Instagram account in which she was seen cuddling her children, while Prince Albert smiles behind them. Other portraits showed her twins perched on a branch they climbed and allowed royal fans to take a proper look at Gabriella's creative haircut she gave herself. The portraits were accompanied by a caption by Princess Charlene, reading, "I am so thrilled to have my family back with me." Gabriella decided to give herself a haircut. "Sorry my Bella, I tried my best to fix it." On the following day, Princess Charlene shared 2 more pictures, this time showing herself hugging and leaning on the Monégasque sovereign. This was Albert's second trip to South Africa with the children since Charlene's ordeal with her ENT infection started. Charlene, who married Prince Albert on July 1, 2011, traveled to her homeland in May to carry out conservation work, focused in particular on rhinos. While she expected to remain for a couple of weeks, she was grounded there due to an infection she developed after a sinus lift and bone graft held in preparation for dental implants, which made it impossible for her to fly. The royal has since undergone 3 surgeries, and Albert provided a heartwarming update following the one taking place on August 13. He said in a statement, "The operation went well, Princess Charlene is resting and we are thinking of her with tenderness." Widdicombe spoke to Express.co.uk and took issue with the Sussexes' victim mentality and said the couple continue to moan despite being privileged beyond belief. Ms. Widdicombe added Prince Harry was very damaging to the royal family, and disliked how the Duke continued to attack his relatives despite leaving the institution. The ex-Conservative MP feared, in the end, people would simply laugh at Prince Harry and Meghan Markle as she says things will begin to crumble around the couple. Ms. Widdicombe was asked for her views on Prince Harry and Meghan after Ofcom did not uphold complaints made against Piers Morgan's on Good Morning Britain. She said, "On a more serious note, I think Harry is very damaging to the royals, he must be personally very hurtful to the Queen. And I think they should keep quiet, I mean they are privileged beyond belief and they moan that they were cut off financially. What a joke, $11 million California mansion, and it's just unbelievable. They are privileged, they are professional victims, they are professional whingers, and having said that they wanted privacy, they've done nothing except publicize every last detail of life." Ms. Widdicombe concluded, "In the end, many people will simply laugh at the couple. Despite Mr. Morgan's departure from GMB, the Sussexes have not avoided criticisms on the programme. Host Richard Madeley took aim at Prince Harry and Meghan during a debate on the M25 climate change protesters and said those promoting big issues should practice what they preach. He told the show, "I think it TMS when people are in a position to lecture us go and do something different. I TMM thinking about Harry and Meghan who about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, made a big deal about not flying. And at the same time, they were kind of flying down to see Elton John on his private jet, and making other flights. Harry made a flight to go to a sports tournament the other day and then flew back." Ms. Widdicombe was then asked her thoughts on the Ofcom decision against Meghan Markle. She said, "Oh, I'm cheering, I have tried to keep my Express column as much as I can a Sussex-free zone because they thrive on the publicity. But I'm making an exception on this occasion because I'm positively cheering. I think it is high time Meghan was cut down to size. I think she's had the most dreadful influence on Harry. If ever I made a prediction that was true, it was the one that I made on Big Brother and was reviled for the time when I said she could be trouble. Well, I don't think anybody's wondering why I said that." Prince Harry and Meghan Markle left the royal family in January 2020 to pursue an independent life away from the institution. He told Oprah, "We've got what my mum left me, and without that, we would not have been able to do this. We hadn't thought about money. There were all sorts of different options and look, from my perspective, all I needed was enough money to be able to pay for security to keep my family safe." Since leaving the royal family, Prince Harry has signed deals with streaming giants Netflix and Spotify, joined mental health coaching company BetterUp, helped organize VaxLive and has been involved in the charitable ventures backed by his company Archual. Prince Harry was recently defended by Democrat Ruben Gallego after the Duke was attacked for his recent Time magazine cover. Political commentator Matt Walsh tweeted out the photo and called Prince Harry a beta male, to which Mr. Gallego retweeted and said, "There was a bounty put on Harry TM's head when he served in Afghanistan as an attack pilot. He chose to still go. That doesn't TMT sound very beta to me." Biographer Omid Scooby also defended Prince Harry when his Armchair Expert podcast was released. He tweeted, "As Mental Health Awareness Week ends, perhaps the past 24 hours can be something we all reflect on. A mental health activist opening up about their own experiences, only to be torn apart for doing the thing that so many are working tirelessly to destigmatize. This is not progress.